Yellow.
Gonna change the world.
And I am now running the podcast.
Hello.
Today it's my job.
Hello, everyone.
Gonna
Run
make a real
the podcast.
difference. Feed the poor and heal.
So, how did I do there, Hayden?
They call me
You
Mellow
did good.
Yellow.
The music played.
I was the one responsible for the music playing on this podcast, and I feel good about my performance.
Oh my gosh. You
Yeah.
started the day with such an accomplishment. Like, that's a
You know what I
win.
mean? And what time
right?
is it? What time is it right now?
6:30 in the morning.
10.
5 a.m.
We're in the 10 a.m.s right now.
It can be any time we want it to be. It's 5 a.m. right now. We got up early for you guys.
This is the earliest we've ever recorded, I think, except for when we first started and you guys were making me get here at like 10 a.m. We're gonna
Oh my
start.
gosh, 10.
And I didn't know you guys well enough to
Wow.
be like, oh, I don't get up at at
You
10 a.m.
Didn't want to
Yeah,
admit.
You know what was funny is
Oh.
when, I've been making content and working from home for too long, right? So you get these ideas of, oh, this is early, blah blah, right? So then I'm on my hockey team and I'm talking, like, oh yeah, I had to be up at 6 a.m. to
5:30.
get to the airport, and they just kind of look around and like no sympathy at all.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, and I'm like, oh my
Is there
gosh.
more to that story?
And and they're like, well, I'm up at 5:30 every morning for work. It's like, oh damn.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
I've lost touch with the work in class.
Yeah, I had to get up at 6 a.m. to go to Arizona
yeah.
to go
Like,
golfing
Boo-hoo.
with an NHL pro.
5:30 every single morning of my entire life, and I don't even sleep it on the weekends because then it wrecks me for the weekdays. Right,
Oh.
every morning 5:30, so I can drive 2 hours to lay concrete to pour concrete. Jeremy, I was like, oh yeah, okay, never mind. I'm gonna shut up now.
You're gonna
I'm
shut.
gonna shut up now.
And the end of that story going to the airport was,
Shut your mouth.
and I didn't even get the complimentary beverage on the
Ah.
plate.
Yeah, they didn't have Diet Coke, so it ruined my whole day. And they're like, just shut up, Jeremy. Just shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, welcome back, Chippy. You've been
Welcome.
busy.
I've been busy. It's been a busy like month for me.
Yeah, why were you not on the podcast last week?
Last
Please
week
tell me
was
every single day.
Insane.
this
If you're
week
a
earlier.
hockey fan or a Leafs fan, I lived your dream last week.
Yo, I've seen people complaining just to steal your spotlight
Oh,
and
great.
interrupt your story
Love
and
that.
ruin the whole
I'm
everything.
not even,
on
if
it.
you guys are on the watching, I'm not even looking at Jerry. I'm not looking at.
I saw people were upset that the media were not invited. I won't ruin the surprise to the event you were at, and there's
Ooh,
a
I didn't
lot
see
of TSN, Sportsnet, not invited, not welcome. You know who was welcome?
Who was Big Dog?
Coach Chippy.
Big Dog was welcome.
Coach Chippy was welcome.
I actually got invited from Schmitty and Blarg,
Yeah.
my YouTube buddies.
But you were there last year.
I was there last year with,
But they didn't want you
with a
back.
company. I was with a company that I
Oh.
no longer am with.
And Mitch is, I mean, it was like, don't ever bring that guy back. But then you just snuck in.
No,
with your
yeah,
two
I'm
friends.
kind of snuck in with my two buddies. kind of. Yeah, kind of.
And now for sure they won't bring you back after what you
No,
did to
after-
everyone on the ice.
Oh
You'll
my
find another friend.
Yeah, no. So that was it was the Marner All-Star Invitational, and so on the
Mm.
Thursday they do a like kind of like a what's it they called it, a tailgate party, but
Oh,
it was
cool.
like at a nice, like all his sponsors, they have food.
Lots of
not
suits and
tailgate.
ties.
No, it's
But it's like a-
chic.
Yeah.
I was like, I was asking my mom, what does cocktail chic mean, Mom?
Ah, is that what the
gotta-
dress attire was?
Yeah, do I gotta
never
go?
heard that in my
Do
life.
I gotta go? Like, get a?
Did you
get
wear the
clothes?
jersey?
I showed up, or I literally the day of, I went into the Bay, got some brown pants. I got this nice brown shirt, brown belt,
yeah.
brown shoes. I literally got a
Oh.
whole fit.
Oh,
I think Mitchie
got styled.
gets me out to the mall once a year. Every time this event comes, like I gotta get some. Last year I was out going 2 hours before. Like I got a new shirt.
Well, and you couldn't wear.
I don't go shopping. I don't
No.
shop for myself. I just don't do it. I don't know why. I don't like doing it. I
It's,
just don't.
it's annoying. You got clothes, wear them,
I
but
don't buy stuff for myself ever.
and you couldn't wear what you wore last year because
Oh, it was a terrible fit.
well,
last
and
year.
your
It was-
chest and biceps have like tripled in size since
Yeah.
then.
Well, I kind of think I've slimmed out a little bit. My figure is.
Your figure.
It's like an hourglass.
I figure. Yeah, exactly.
Like a V-shaped chest.
The ideal.
Crazy, isn't it? Pretty crazy.
So like your arms couldn't fit in a last year's
Crazy
shirt.
build.
Yeah.
I look like a kind of a dustier last year. I was like, I had like the dress shoes on with my dress shirt that was oversized. And
Uh,
I just did not look good. And
the-
what I was like, this is terrible.
The worst is you go to these like a wedding,
Yeah.
right? And you know the guys who like dress up on a regular basis, they're well put together.
Yes.
And then you'll see some
guy
guy
that just
in like
doesn't look good in what he's wearing.
baggy dress pants and like
Oh.
a faded old golf shirt. Like it's the only shirt they have with a collar. It's been washed like
Ugh.
5,000 times. And it's
Their
just, like,
dad
this-
used to
yeah,
share it with you.
Yeah.
put on this collared golf shirt.
Some guys just pull it off and some guys
Ah.
don't. I was not pulling it off last year, and I was like, damn, we got like Tavares is here.
Mm.
It was yeah.
Needed to stop at the bay on the way
Yeah,
on the way down
yeah,
this
so
year.
I was like, this year I gotta like, and I was like, I'm not going full dress shirt. I'm gonna go like a button up,
Yeah.
like collared T-shirt kind of situation.
Someone said that you were dressed to go to the bowling alley. Or
I
something.
know. I didn't. I
Whoa.
was like, whoa. And then I kind of looked at. I didn't even notice
Shots
that. I'm like,
fired.
no, it actually kind of does.
Is it like the striped shirt? I don't know
It was
because
striped. It was
The
like a brown
pinstripe
stripe with
guy,
like cream.
yeah.
It was like brown and cream color. It looked. I was getting so many compliments.
that's good. That's
the
good.
ladies were complimenting it. They're
Ooh.
like, "Oh, like you put yourself together this time, Chip." Like,
Yeah, I'm
thank
about to
you.
bowl a perfect game.
yeah. So
Strikes incoming.
exactly. So I got my fit. I'm pulling up, and then so I walk in, and it's like sometimes you don't recognize the players or like.
Oh yeah.
So it was like one of those situations where like I'm walking by, and then one of my buddies from last year who I talked to at the event like saw me and was like called me over, and he was talking to some other guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like chilling there, and he goes, "Oh, do you know who this?" Like I said, "What up? How's it going?" Like
Yeah.
I didn't ignore him.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just like, "Well, that's how's it going, guys?" Like clueless.
Yeah.
Clueless as to who it is. And he
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, like you know who this is, right?"
You
Like,
almost need to do like research before these events.
He
you
said
know?
that to you.
yeah, like does he know
Oh,
I didn't know because
That ain't right. That ain't right.
No, I was right. It helped me because
Wait, but like out loud in front of the guy.
he's like, "Oh, like yeah, like cause like," and I'm like, and then I'm still like, "What? Like who? Like I just didn't click. It didn't click. Just didn't click in my brain. Like it probably should have, but like
Sometimes it just doesn't click.
And
he goes, "Oh, it's Waller." It's Joseph.
Oh,
It's Joseph Wall, the goalie of the Toronto
Oh,
Maple Leafs,
yeah.
the goalie for next year. I'm like, oh, and I had made a couple of videos about him too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I just, you don't like he's got a mask on, so you don't see his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're like,
but I know his face. Like
yeah.
it just he was like, you're wearing a suit and tie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So shout out to Waller, absolute legend. I ended up just chopping up with him for about like 15 minutes or 10
But
minutes.
that's the thing. He puts you right on the spot. Like he's got to text
Do you know who
first.
this is?
By the way, it's Joseph Wall. Oh, you know this guy, right? Yeah, Joseph
no,
Wall.
but I'm
Huge-
like, thank like goodness, he didn't like.
Imagine you're.
I could have just big dogged them and like.
Do you know who
went
I
up
am?
to you guys later, like you know what I mean. Like at least
Yeah.
I was like, oh damn, like then I sat there and I just like kind of picked his brain about like
goaltending.
what it's like being a tender and like what his like what's his daily routine, like how do you stay mentally in it.
Yep.
I was asking about journaling, like he's journaling,
Oh, he's
meditation.
an intellect. He plays the piano. I saw him play like
Yeah.
Interstellar on the piano or
he
something.
was
I think that was
he
him.
was a beauty. So shout out to Wall, like absolute legend, like the nicest guy.
Mhm.
So I chopped it
In
up.
Wall we trust.
In Wall we trust. Yeah, we just re-signed him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I congratulated him. on
They
that.
definitely want him to be the starter. That's like what the goal
Yeah,
is.
he's gonna be the
Yes.
starter now.
There.
Now that he's been,
He's
you
got the
know, got a
mojo.
one-on-one with me,
Yeah.
kind of talking mindset
Did you
stuff.
see that video where he's on the piano just like
I did not. I think I had seen that. I was
yeah, he's just it's very gifted pianist.
Yeah.
absolutely
crazy.
gifted.
So of course he's journaling and stuff like that. What were some insights that he had? Anything that you can share, pass on?
Yeah, I talked to about 500 people that night, so I'm not 100% sure what we talked about journaling. I know we talked about like
Yeah.
journaling, and we talked about
more light conversation then.
it wasn't that light. It was pretty. Talk about
Deep,
journaling with
was
everybody.
Deep. No, that's vulnerability.
Yeah, we were
It's
just
a
talking.
vulnerable conversation.
Yeah, we were
It's
talking.
nice you connected.
Yeah, we were talking about that kind of stuff because I was talking about like just like meditation and like not thinking too much and
Yep.
in the flow state.
Huge
and,
for
like,
goaltending.
how to like recover from like those ups and downs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just like an interest. I was generally interested
Of
in
course.
what it's like being an NHL goalie and for the Maple Leafs.
I feel like as a goalie, you almost have to journal. You got to just like you have
Oh.
to have a way to
You have to
let go of your emotions in some way.
you have to
know,
have like a panic
Yeah.
room.
yeah.
One of those rooms where you smash things.
I couldn't
After-
imagine
a
being
rage
goalie.
room.
Rage room. Yeah, you need a rage room.
I can't picture Wall going in a rage room. Like he
He
seems
was
like just
so
such
chill.
the most chill, nice guy
Imagine
ever.
though, he goes rage room and then comes out and just gently plays the piano after.
God, he was
Just like
he was
Seconds before this
Yeah,
great performance.
Jekyll and Hyde type
Yeah.
of thing, right?
yeah, he was
Yeah.
an absolute beauty.
So we gonna get him out on the ice and shoot a
Well,
YouTube
he
video? Or what?
follows me on Instagram now.
There you go.
so we're
Shoot him a
good.
DM. Be like, yo, me
Yeah.
and my buddy, Coach Jeremy, want to come out.
Well,
and
I'll share
the
some.
Puck Daddies want to come
I'll
out.
share some info too, so with some other players on the team
Oh.
later on.
Oh.
When the story's done,
Oh.
because I gotta practice. I gotta train now. I'm training in my golf game. And we'll get to that.
Oh.
We'll get to that.
Well,
Uh,
I'm gonna slide in here real quick
okay.
because I was at an event at
Yeah,
Pro
what were you
Hockey
doing?
Life.
I know.
And
Pro Hockey Life comes to B show and doesn't even let me know, or what's going on with that?
oh, I thought they invited you, but you
No,
just
I got no invite. And
Oh.
my hometown is crazy.
I name dropped you.
They probably didn't even know you.
I
lived
name
in
dropped
here.
you. No, I said
Down the road from me, bro.
look, I named.
Swaggy P was there. I flew Swaggy in.
He was with Bauer. He drove all the way. So he has a hockey camp. He drives all the way from like Vermont to Barrie.
I was talking with him. It's actually crazy what he does because the
He is
airport's like not even close to Vermont.
No, exactly. So he's might as well just drive. So he drives all the way to Barrie, does his 2-hour meet and greet, and then leaves.
How was that?
and
How
drives
many
back.
people were out? It looked like there was a good.
Oh, it's great. Yeah,
Barrie's
Sounds
like
fun.
that's what I mean. Like Barrie's one of the biggest hockey towns in Ontario. Like
Oh, it's gonna be that's the biggest hockey store that Pro Hockey Life has now. So we're spoiled with that one.
yeah.
Anyways,
If I'm allowed in the gates.
I name dropped you. Said look up Chippy, get him in stores, right? And then they came back, and I didn't hear anything from you, so I assumed that they asked, and then you wanted like $100 million, and they're like,
I didn't get an email. I didn't-
just a little.
email didn't hit my inbox, but it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Well, I'll keep pushing. I'll get you in.
I'm gonna open up a Chippy's Hockey Life and see what happens.
Next door. Look out, Chippy's Hockey
Oh,
Life.
that just kind of clicked in my brain.
It does
there.
sound nice.
So Chippy's.
Anyways,
Chippy's life of hockey. What were you saying, Jay?
Yeah, no, okay.
so I'm at this event, and Corey George, who is a goaltender for Team Canada, World Juniors and U18s, got a couple gold medals under his belt,
Damn.
was there.
Young gun.
I was chatting with him, so we both had some conversations with some up and coming stud
Yeah,
goaltenders.
those goalies are interesting. Man.
He left me with some very insightful info. I asked him, what's a piece of advice you would pass on to the younger goalies? What's the best thing that you could say to them?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, stop the puck.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
just
I
such
thought you were
good
going to
stuff.
say stop now.
See
He
how
said,
there's a lack of thinking there, which is
Stop
just
the
you don't need to
puck.
think too much.
No, stop the puck.
Stop the
And I
puck
was
in
like,
any which way possible.
I'm going to say that in the podcast and create the next generation of superstar goalies.
That's the basics, though.
You're welcome.
No, I went a little deeper because I'm like, oh, he thinks I'm just like a simpleton. You know, he's just trying to give me the answer to get me to leave.
Stop the puck. No, Jair will not leave.
No, I was like, no.
He
Hey.
heard World Junior goalie, and he's like, "Yep, let's pick his brain."
No, I just said I read a great article from Jonathan Quick, and it's about like guys changing the angle, and then that's like the hardest thing for the goaltender to stop. And Quick said that he knows where the puck is going most of the time before it even comes off their stick, right? Like he's just reading all their cues and their body position, what they're doing, so he can predict where the puck's going to be, right? But the hardest guys to stop are the ones who change the angle. And then George goes into this real big. He's like, that's the thing that messes you up now. And he's like, now what people are doing is they're even changing their body position, how they shoot the puck. And I brought the example of Pasta, where he like brought the puck like behind him and then shot it in the shootout.
Yeah, like hiding
And I was
the
like,
puck almost.
exactly. And I was like, when he did that, I'm like, what the heck kind of shot is that? He's like, yeah, and those are the ones that mess you up the most when you just don't know what they're even doing. And that, he buried that one. If you can shoot from back there and be
Yeah,
accurate.
Barry, he did it like
He
three
pulled off a few
times.
times, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So he said, I forget the guy's name, Francesco Giatelli or something like that. He said in training camp he was the hardest guy to stop, and he kept doing these weird things that he just didn't know when the puck was going.
Unconventional.
Yeah,
So you
unconventional.
haven't seen thousands and thousands of shots
Exactly.
like that
If it-
because it's different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thought
that's
it-
true. Yeah, that
that was
makes
pretty
sense.
cool.
that's interesting.
I had a quick little chat with him. Maybe I'll.
So what was the secret to stop those? Stop the puck.
No, you got to open your foot and then kick at it.
They
Oh,
said,
with
yeah,
the
they
inside.
said,
Lots of flailing.
that's why
Yeah.
goalies think
flavor.
I'm a nightmare too.
Oh yeah. Okay. So continue on. So you just
Yeah.
have to do a little
Yeah,
side.
that was interesting though.
Yeah. So just throw it in there. You talking with goalies. I'm talking
Yeah,
with goalies.
exactly. We're sharing stories.
Sharing
On this
stories
episode.
On this episode. Yeah.
Um,
So Hayden.
Yep.
Did you talk to any up and coming superstar goalies the last week?
No, I talked to like a toddler, but that
What did my 2-year-old Briar?
Okay. Where were we? I was talking to Waller.
You were at the event, the Mitch Marner
Yeah, this
Invitational,
is the Thursday.
that TSN and Sportsnet was not invited.
That's
to.
crazy. I thought they were there last year, so I don't know.
They were, but
Nah.
why do you think Mitch didn't want him there?
because
Because-
you were with them last year. Imagine, imagine you go with the company, they say no, we can't have that company back. We don't want Chippy back
No.
here, and then you show up anyway.
Mitchie, we're tight. We're like this.
Next
just
year,
kidding.
next year the
Peas in a
event,
pod.
next year the event is in Turkmenistan. Chippy will never find me
Oh,
there.
Yeah.
we flew to Turkmenistan. Surprised everyone with new hockey equipment.
Anyways, obviously, Marner is just. He doesn't want any of the media messing with him all summer long. He's so annoyed with all their questions of, "You're gonna get traded. What's your contract gonna be like? When are you gonna renew? Blah blah blah." He's like, "Yeah, leave me alone, guys. Leave me
Yeah,
alone."
that's
I don't
actually-
blame him.
That's
Yeah.
actually.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. After how we got treated
Yeah.
during the playoff time.
Eh.
Mhm.
Everyone in the media is just writing, "Get Marner off the team. Trade him away. What can we get for him? Here's the potential trade details." Here, all they're talking about is shipping him out of the city.
Why would you want to be?
You're like,
near
"Oh
them?
yeah, guys, come on,
Yeah.
bring it in,
Yeah,
bring it."
no,
Nah,
none of
nah,
that,
you
none of
guys,
that.
you guys don't. You're not getting invited to the
He's a
cookout.
beauty. Honestly.
But anyway, I know Chippy likes to go chronologically throughout his
Okay,
thing, so
Well,
we'll go
it's
back
very-
to Thursday first.
After-
very interesting. This stuff's very interesting.
after you had your burrito
No, so
and then had
No,
ants in your
no.
pants.
no. Shout out to Schmitty and Blarg. They actually took us to Butcher Chef
Mm.
for.
That sounds.
I don't know if
nice.
you guys have ever been
Is
there.
that where you pick out the
Uh,
meat?
That is like the best steakhouse you'll probably go to in Toronto.
Do they bring the meat to your table and allow you to select your cut?
There's like you can see the meat at the in the fridge. Like
Yeah.
it's like out of my class. It's really out of my class. So shout out to Schmitty and Blarg. Yeah, that was like amazing. So we were full when we got there.
Oh, yeah.
So but there's all food. All there was
Yeah.
was food. But I was like, I just had about Wagyu steak and
Mm.
yeah, I don't even know what it's called. I don't even know what type of steak I was eating, but it was dynamite.
Yeah.
So I was full when I showed up, but then so you get there and they're like, okay, what pros are here? Like there's like Tavares is making or just buzzing around.
Yeah,
I saw Domi there.
yeah.
Sorelli and Whistle.
Oh, nice.
Who else was there? There was a couple other guys, but then so I'm like kind of making. There's a lot of other people, so like I'm just like kind of getting photos with a lot of people, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mingling.
I'm not trying to I'm just like letting Mitchie do his thing because he's like got to be like it's his event. He's got to like say hello.
Socialize with
he's gotta say hi
everyone,
to
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm just like buzzing around. I was like, I really wanted to see Domes. Like I was like, I see Domi. I don't want to like, and he's like, you know what I mean? I want to like go like right up to him. Like I want it to be like organic. Like I don't want to like
Yeah.
I
So I'm
think-
just kind of buzzing around doing my thing.
I think Domi would appreciate, like, he seems like
he's a
he
beauty,
wants to be a
man.
Leafs fan. He's a big, like, he's got that big smile. He seems very, like, warming, like,
he's like-
he would enjoy a heartfelt.
He's a people's guy.
Yeah.
Like he's a
He's
people's
got that,
guy,
like, golden retriever type energy.
Yeah,
where it's like, if you buddy up to him, he'll appreciate that, I feel.
Oh,
And
he's like the heart and soul of Toronto.
That's
like,
what
I,
I'm
I'm just
saying.
like he's walking around this room. He's like saying hello to everybody. He's like getting photos with everybody. Like he's just like, and then it just happened. I was talking to someone. I turn around.
Yeah.
What do I do? Lock eyes with him. He's like right there, and I was like, Domes. Then he,
And then the music started.
yeah, the music starts, and then I was like,
Fireworks flared.
I was like, Domes, like I was just asking him like how the summer's going, like, and then I was like,
Did you say congrats on?
yeah, I was
Extension?
congrats, and I
Yeah.
said, we were talking about like Muskoka. He had to have a cottage up in like Gravenhurst or something like that. So we were talking. So there's a clip I posted on my Instagram where you don't know what he's saying, but he's doing like this. He's like pretending to sit in traffic. Like he was hilarious. Like he did this little like, when you're sitting in traffic and you're doing like,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, like you're like
he doesn't just fly in, hey, with the helicopter? Doesn't take the chopper?
he probably could. I mean, so yeah, I talked to Domi for a bit, and then Marner buzzed over
Nice.
with Waller, and then I was telling Marner, I'm like, yeah, well, keep your head up in the corner tomorrow, and then so I went over there and kind of threw a shoulder into him. Yeah, and that was like it ended up being like pretty fun. Like it was just a
I gotta ask,
yo.
did any of the players call out any of your
Nothing.
skits? No.
Nothing.
Okay.
No. It's I'm here like, and that's like yeah. Like for me, it's like, are they gonna say something? Like, they could if they wanted to, but like they don't remember. Like they're not.
Nah.
Like, they know.
if
Like
they
That's what I'm saying. It's
if
like
they
a
saw
secret.
something, it might have been they might have chuckled at it or whatever, but it's in the middle of everything else that's on their mind,
yeah.
which takes priority in their
And
brain.
even for
of
me, like I don't
memory,
even
you know?
remember. Like I didn't even like. I was like, I probably made a video about wall, but I don't even remember the video. Like, you know what I
But
mean?
that's the
Like,
thing. Like
Yeah.
they'll watch it and be like, what is this guy saying about? And they're analyzing what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like if someone did a skit about me, even if it was one of the 1,000 that they've done, I'd watch it and be like, oh, okay, all right, and I'd remember that. You
Like,
know?
well, like
It's
the
about
only,
you.
the only ones
Yeah.
that are like really stand out. Like, there's no like character about Mitchie that I've done that stood up. There's no like Domi.
You're
like,
not
if it's like Kessel or
Where you really
Kessler,
personified them.
or
Yeah.
Marchand
yeah, Marchand
or Pappy,
even Poppy. Yeah.
like Pappy, like that. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little more nervous to meet them probably.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully,
Uh,
they,
Basically been
hopefully they
impersonating
see the
them.
light in it. Like, hopefully they see the joke, and I'm sure they would. Like Mitchie's, yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Muskoka Brewery.
Oh, one of my favorite. No, my favorite craft brewer, Muskoka Brewery. You can get this delicious beer made in Muskoka pretty much everywhere. Is it LCBO, beer store,
In a grocery
stores?
store, yeah. And what beer are we talking about here, Jer?
Well, they got the Tread Lightly, which is their light beer. It's like a light lager.
Mm-hmm.
And they have dropped the price. It used to be a premium
Mm.
case, and now it is pretty comparable in price to all the other guys that you normally buy. Definitely recommend picking up that Tread Lightly. Great tasting local craft beer. And they actually just came out with another option, the Veer, which is a non-alcoholic beer. I love this actually,
I'm excited to try that.
because I don't always, I'm trying to cut back on the alcohol a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have a hazy IPA Veer.
I see here in the show notes something about 78% of people that drink alcohol also drink non-alcoholic drinks as a promotion of healthy lifestyles.
It's
That's where I'm
smart.
at over here. The
Yeah.
non-alcoholic drinks.
Hey, take a couple days off and grab the non-alcoholic version,
Jeez.
Mm.
right? Maybe that's your
All ingredients made in Muskoka.
yeah, all natural, dude.
Jeez.
So huge thanks to Muskoka Brewery for sponsoring the pod, and grab yourself some Tread Lightly or some non-alcoholic
the
beer.
Veer.
Available at LCBO Beer Store. Let's get back to the pod.
And then so Mitchie's mom and dad are there. They came up to me and they were like excited to see me. They're like,
there.
oh, like
His
we watch
parents would
every
for-
one of these
Yeah, there you go.
videos. The dad, Mitchie's dad comes. He's a beauty. He comes up.
Paul?
Yeah, he comes up to me and he's like, oh, he starts reciting like one of the skits. He's like, I just love that one. And
That's so
then,
good.
So I was
Which
like,
one was it? Which one?
It was the A one. It was the what's the A and what's the G category?
Oh yeah.
So he starts doing the A G category. So I just thought that was hilarious.
Well, that's so funny because like he is following Matthews and Marner and seeing how many goals.
Yeah,
Like he's a very like analytical. Like he cares a lot. So when he's watching that, he's probably howling.
But for me, yeah, it's like I want if the the parents like they see the light and funny in it, and
Yeah.
like that's the goal. Like if I can make them laugh, like none of it's to bring anybody down.
No.
That's never the goal with it, and that's why I literally said that to Mitchie. I was like, bro, like with all this stuff, like, and it was cool because I could like sit, and I had a chance to talk to him the next day, like quite a
Yeah.
bit. And I was like, yeah, like bro, like I just told him about style and flow, told him like what the purpose all of it was.
Sweet.
He's like, bro, like I get it. Like he's
Oh,
like, and it was like that. Like for me, that's a little relieving. You know what I mean? It's a little relieving that the players like
There's
understand.
no like
Yeah.
judgment. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to like I just like it's also like I don't want the players to think I'm trying to like bring them down or anything. Like I
Yeah.
really want them to see like I'm just trying to make people laugh, and like that's like my goal. And like I was like half the time I look like an idiot in these videos.
Well,
like it's
what you're really good at is basically you're amplifying personalities.
yeah.
So however a certain player is, you're 10 timesing that,
Yeah.
and
It's
Like
then
those artists that do caricatures.
Yeah, you're a
It's like-
caricature of
You're
these players.
literally a video caricature. Is
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
cartoon. I'm a
Yeah.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we all know Matthews likes to score goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's
and
all-
you're just making it way bigger, right?
Exactly.
And that's why Paul Marner is just probably dying laughing because he's like, "Oh, that's so."
He's got his
mad."
buddy there too with him,
So
like his
Matthews.
childhood friend. He's like, "Oh my god, we're sending it back and forth to each other."
That's so Austin.
And I'm
That's
like-
Austin right there.
And I'm like, this
Yeah.
is this is amazing for me because I'm like, that's exactly what I want to do. It's like just like bring
Hey.
smiles.
Hey, next video, Paul Marner. Paul Marner watching Mitch. Just Put that flappy hat on.
Yeah.
Oh, just another game, eh, Mitch? Just another game, isn't it?
That's hilarious.
Every time Matthew scores, did Mitchie pass that to him?
Yeah.
Did Mitchie get that?
That was Mitch. No.
Did Mitchie get the apple?
Yeah, Mitch did get the assist at the third. Hey, make sure the ref let
He's
the ref.
over by the time box.
Yeah, You got
My
you got-
dad,
you
my
got
dad did
16.
the exact same thing. Eh? He was the scorekeeper. My dad was running the clock.
We finally figured out how you got those 13 points in that one game.
Not that game, not when I was 5, but like he would scorekeep when I was playing AAA and stuff.
Right.
Like,
That's funny.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
how you get noticed by the scouts.
yeah,
right?
buddy.
That's
yeah,
the
buddy.
scorekeeper.
No, my stats were always juiced just because I was so nasty. No, but yeah, the next day it was like the on ice, and I hadn't been on the ice in like 4 months, and I just got a brand new profile.
Oh, on your skates?
On my skates. I hadn't skated in 4 months, so I'm going out there, and the first one is like a fastest skater.
Oh way!
started off hot.
At a charity game, they did a fastest.
It was a whole all-star game.
Oh my
There was
gosh.
there was like 5 other teams of 4.
That makes sense.
Or 5 other teams of
Yeah.
4, and it was like they're all like Don Mills Flyers, AAA, like U14 kids, right? Like from Vaughan. And then so we go, but they went this way, and I said,
Left turns. Come on.
I'm a righty.
I
I said,
prefer
I'm a right-
counterclockwise for me.
Yeah.
Well, like
You're
I
a
like
lefty.
I like going to my left side.
Oh, you like going?
yeah, exactly.
Counterclockwise.
I like going to my right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we're doing the fastest skater, and then the guy's like, oh, everyone's got to go the same way. I'm like, dude, I'm going the other way. I'm a righty. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not going the same. That's not my good way. Like, if you want my fastest lap, like, I got to go the other way.
Mhm.
Right.
And he's like, no, everyone's got to go the same way. I was like, are you kidding me, buddy?
There's your excuse either
There's my
way.
excuse. I ended up finishing like 3rd.
Pretty good.
And Austin got the fastest lap. Or was it-
No.
No, it was not. It was my buddy Blarg.
Oh, okay.
It was Blarg, and then maybe one of those AAA.
But you smoked all the AAA kids,
Yeah,
basically.
the AAA kids got dominated.
Go get some more private training, eh?
Yeah.
You
so-
need to spend $10,000 more with that private
yeah, well,
skating
you guys
coach.
saw that viral clip. Well, that's
Yeah.
what we'll get to next, and then it was like the little shinny games, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
so Tavares is on one ice. There's
Yeah.
like 3 games going on. Tavares, Marner in the middle, and then Domi on the right.
Oh, nice.
So we started against Tavares. Yeah, there's some funny clips.
You
of-
work him in the corner.
JT was he just plays like it's like he's not trying.
Oh,
Like
he can't turn it off.
JT's
He can't.
trying, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
JT's
He doesn't
out
want to
there.
make a mistake.
JT's out there playing hard, does not want to lose.
He's prepping for
Um,
next season.
Yeah, so there's a couple ones where me and JT are going at it.
Nice.
Stick battles.
Nice.
Stick
That's cool.
battles. And then the next one was against, and we beat them, and then the next game, like we're playing the same kids all 3 games. I'm like,
Yeah.
can we just switch it up?
Oh, like they
I don't want
rotated
these
everyone
Don
at
Mills
once.
players, man. These kids are just nasty.
They're
man.
on your
And my
team?
cardio. I'm like the next game. I'm like can't even skate. I got the full gear on.
Yeah.
And I can't even like literally. And I'm looking at playing like Mitchie, and it's like, oh, Mitchie's like now he's playing on their team. It's like they're on a power play.
So there's a bunch of AAA kids and Marner.
Yeah.
Ah.
And so now I'm like, damn, we're all just gassed, and these kids are like snapping it around.
Yeah.
Mitchie's in my ear. He's in my ear.
It's
All
like, oh, keep your head up,
it's like,
eh? Is that what you said?
Holy, like
Hey, you said keep my head up?
just funny, man. He was just funny. Like he was
Yeah.
literally just giving it to me the whole time.
Great.
And I'm
That's
like, I
good.
love it. I'm like, give it to me, Mitch.
Were you mic'd up?
Not for that.
Oh,
Not
that's
for
too
that.
Bad.
I know,
Would've
that
been
would-
great to get some clips.
I know. But yeah, it was like, yeah, he was giving it to me, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm giving it back to you though, Mitchie. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I have one clip, and so all I'm looking for is the clip.
You need
All I'm
10
looking for
seconds
is
where
the
you look
clip.
good.
I have it. Mitchie comes at me, and I just throw it through his legs and nutmeg him. Oh, and that clip hasn't come out yet.
Oh,
That
I'm
clip-
waiting
Wait,
for it.
this is giving me deja vu. Chippy said he would put Marner in a blender.
Uh-oh.
I
I put Marner in a blender.
Oh
so-
no!
so they
He's
were
gonna
all
win.
trying
Gotta
to get
draw the clip from the
So-
original pod.
yes,
and then
yes,
throw that in.
yes. And I have this one clip of me just throwing it through his legs, and like I was like,
We have to
"Oh."
find. That was maybe like one of the first
It
episodes.
was
we
like our
did.
second or third
Yeah.
episode.
I'd put
most.
Mitch Marner in the blender.
Yeah.
In
I
a
put
corner
Marner in a
battle.
blender.
No, it was
in a cat, I'd win like 6 out of 10 corner battles.
No, like he wasn't wearing full gear. So I'm like, he's like, do you want to do the corner battle? I'm like, Mitch, we're not doing a corner battle. If you have no shin pads
Oh,
on.
it sounds like you were scared.
No, I was scared of hurting him, bro. And then never being invited back to one of these events again. Coach Chippy hurts the star player, and that's why I said to him, Mitch, like I'm not hurting the star player, like
Yeah.
because if we get going on this is
You
gonna
don't have an off switch. Yeah.
no, this is gonna get nasty. You're gonna get going, and and he's so much quicker in that you just get to the corner quicker than me
He's quick.
because
Right.
he's got no gear on.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's the
but
only
he is
reason.
quick with the gear on too. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
Yeah.
but
NHL players that get like 90 points in a season are quick.
yeah, extremely quick. Like I
Mm.
actually didn't-
Weird.
You don't like see it when you're on TV, but like when you're on the ice and you're like, damn.
Even if you watch like in the playoffs, when you're watching from Dallas's rink, their camera is this is completely off topic, but their camera is so much lower. It gives you an idea of how fast they actually
Oh,
are.
that's good. Interesting. Yeah.
Because like you watch a Dallas game, the camera feels like it's going like this all game.
Mm.
Yeah.
But you watch like in Scotiabank Arena, you have a bit more of a bird's eye view, so it doesn't
Yes.
seem as fast.
I went against Cole Caulfield for a few corner battles,
Yeah.
and he was explosive, like just barreled right through me.
I think that's the term Mitchie was too. Like
Yeah.
that's the different. Like they just
Yeah.
were like so like explosive.
Like,
Like,
he wasn't
it's like-
kind, you know, like in a men's league game. Oh, I'm not gonna hurt you. You're not gonna hurt me. Let's just go for the puck and lift sticks a little, right?
Yeah.
He's just like, no, I'm blowing through you.
Yeah.
I'll blow your doors right off. Get out of my way. I want that puck.
God,
Right?
how he's got those big legs.
Skated through me, like just
You had full gear on?
No.
Oh, he just.
he did. He did.
Oh, and he just dominated you.
Yeah, he's just like. excuse
I
me.
wish I was in
Get
there
out of my
because
way.
it wouldn't have happened to me. Because I have that same level. It's like, okay, we're exploding through each other right now?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Are we actually gonna do that? Because I'm there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
I'm
on,
ready.
Like, and that's what I said to Mitch. Like I'm not like. It's gonna get explosive, okay?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
do we have to rewind the clip of me in the last scrimmage game where I toe dragged two guys, I went to the back end and shelved it? for,
I
like,
saw that
That
one.
was a nice backhand.
You
That was
faked
nice.
out Domi. You faked
Yeah,
out Domi.
you could even standing still. Domes was standing still, and Mitchie was watching on the other side. I wish the camera turned to Mitchie's because I'm over there. I was just like, ew, and he's just laughing. And then he comes over. He's like, I have the clip. He's like, oh, I'm never gonna hear the end of that.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
None of you guys are gonna hear the end of that. But yeah, that was so. Then we played on the other side, and I went over to play against Domi.
Yeah.
And I was like, I haven't scored a goal yet. I got my buddy filming. I got Oliver filming. I'm like, bro, I don't have a clip. I have no clips. I'm like,
Yeah.
these kids are 14, and I haven't scored in a scrimmage game. So I was like, I got to turn it on. I have this, and I score. So the first one I do, I toe drag the guy. We'll go to the backhand finish.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get that clip out too. And then I have the double toe drag to backhand.
Yeah.
And then Domes comes up to me. He's like, they just didn't know I had it. They just didn't know,
Yeah.
they just didn't know I had it. They didn't
Nope,
know I had it.
nope.
And
I mean,
yeah.
Domi looks like in that clip, he looks like he's just like having fun at some charity game or something, you know?
Is that what he was doing?
Oh, wait. Yeah, No, there was some interference. That's the thing. Like you fake, and then he bites a
yeah,
little,
but he
and
wasn't- I
then
was
and then
hitting
there was
out
another
anyway.
player there, and he's just like, I can't get him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're-
and then I toe dragged two guys coming at me.
Oh yeah,
That was probably the grossest goal I've ever scored. in
it was
my
a
life.
great finish.
Thank
Great
you.
finish. Then the
Backhand.
backhand was
Yeah, the backhand
you
was
like put it
cross
laser
shoulder,
cross. Yeah,
uh,
corn, top corn.
And then so that ended, and then we had our little time with Mitch.
Mhm.
To film, I did a little crossbar challenge for Mitch.
Oh,
I
nice.
just wanted to make sure my pros felt good in the off season. So
bang a
it
few
literally
off the
went the
glass.
exact same way as the Bedard one. Like I hit back bar, but like I was pretty sure it was crossbar, and they were like, "Oh, it's back bar."
Yeah.
I said, "Nah, I hit." And then I was like, "Give me redemption," and then I just got too juiced up. I just sailed it over the net.
Ah, dang.
Yeah.
Clack, clack, right off the glass. Clack, clack.
And then they were like, "Oh, like, would you want to play in the pro?" Like, I'm not sure yet, but like, would you want to play in the pro game with all the pros? And
Ooh.
I am a pro. You know what I mean? It's like, of course you're asking because I am a pro.
Yeah.
Myself, I'm coaching these guys all year. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, get me out in the pro game, and then, yeah, it went through. All of us got in. Austin was out there.
So your tryout in the little all-star thing
Yeah.
successful. They're like, yeah, this guy can at least skate and he has a nice backhand. We can feed him the
I
puck.
mean,
You know?
and then
You made the big leagues.
they
Yeah.
threw me on Mitchie's line, and
Yeah.
Connor Brown was there. That's Browner.
Oh,
Brownie,
yeah, what a
absolute
beauty. Yeah.
Absolute beauty. Actually, one of my favorite guys now. Like, Brownie is a beauty, man.
You should have done because I feel like you could easily impersonate him.
Oh,
'Cause
Connie
you-
Brown.
like, you two look similar.
He was a big time performer in that playoff run too. Like
Oh,
in
for
that
sure,
Stanley
yeah.
Cup final. Like that guy was the reason why they
He was
On
probably the
track.
freshest guy out there
those shorthanded goals.
because he was
scoring.
on the ice like a month ago.
So Brown and McDavid were teammates on the Erie Otters.
They
and-
were, eh?
Yeah,
Brown lit it up.
he did. Him and McDavid just crushed together.
He had like 120 points, I think.
Yeah,
Or like 130
I
or
think,
something.
yeah, it was up there. It was a lot.
But yeah, so then I got out there online with Mitchie Brown and this is the JT story. I get out there and Brownie looks at me. He's like, "Me, you, Mitch, first line, let's go." So I'm like, "Let's go." Yeah, man, boy, let's go. I'm made for this moment. You guys know I'm made for this moment.
Uh-huh.
And Mitchie's like, "All right, I'll play D." And then
Oh, it's 3-on-3.
yeah,
Right.
And then Brownie says, "I'll play the wing," and he goes,
Chip goes
there's
then.
JT there.
Oh,
And then JT's just waiting there, not saying a word. So I'm buzzing around and then the boys
Did
would
you do a face-off, or was it just
Yo,
shooting
it's a
puck?
face-off.
so
Yeah,
so wait, you're playing against JT.
JT on the dot in a face-off.
Yeah.
Me versus JT in the face-off dot.
And you had already battled him the day before.
No, it was
Or the same day, but earlier in
same day. Yeah,
early
it
in the
wasn't. Yeah, JT wasn't. There wasn't much lingo with JT going. I said I'm a big Leafs fan. I think that's about it. And he's focused. Like, he's dialed. He doesn't want to lose.
JT doesn't even know what TikTok or Instagram is.
JT, yeah, I
He
didn't know
doesn't even have a
JT
phone.
doesn't know who I am,
You have to fax some things.
which is I love it. So I just like JT, a big fan.
He probably thought you were some
And then,
fringe
Mitch, and then
NHLer
Mitch
or
goes,
something.
"There's no friends out here, Chip." And I was like, "All right, no friends." And I go, "JT, there's no friends out here."
Wait, did he actually say that?
Yeah. Oh
He
yeah.
said there's no friends out here.
Yeah. It's
That is great. It's a charity game, 3-on-3.
but it's just
Well,
mojo.
even
No
the-
one wants to lose.
Even the retired guys, like at the charity games, they take it pretty seriously. Like
Some do, some don't.
some don't, but
Some don't.
most of them are like, no, I'm out here to win.
The thing is, JT has to win each. Like everything is a challenge to him.
like
Yeah.
like
That
JT's
mentality.
like I'm out here to get better.
Exactly.
Like that's his like
Everything is a
Right.
challenge.
everything is like
Winners hate to lose.
Yeah.
yeah. But like yeah, so yeah, the boys are like, "Hey, like get in there, Chip." Like yeah, whatever.
And you're not even a centerman.
Not even. He's like JT's been chirping. Yeah, like JT's. I'm like, all right, JT. Not saying anything. He's over there just sitting there ready for the face off.
yeah.
And I'm like, all right.
Probably
PC.
mentally rehearse like for 30 minutes for that face off just to win the
Yeah.
face off.
So I'm like, so what do I go in there and do? What do I go in there 1-on-1 with our captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs, our
Cup check.
first one center? I step in and snap it back.
Ooh.
Oh,
Snap. And so
oh.
I won it to my forehand, and then he's like reaching, trying to get it, and I bodied him out of the way.
No.
And I have the clip, and I have smiked up, and I snapped it back to Mitch, and the boys are like, "Oh, and Chippy snapped it back."
Oh,
And then we go out there and score
gosh.
2 goals that first shift.
Oh,
No.
Yeah,
Oh man.
dominate.
dominate. And then I have the clip coming back to the bench, and the boys are like, I was like, "Boys, did you see that against JT?" I was like, "You guys know how important that face-off is in 3-on-3?" And they're laughing. He goes, "It's like, Chip, you snapped it back on him." And then Brownie goes, "Yeah, Chip, you snapped it back." And then Brownie goes, "And he was trying too."
Oh yeah.
And it was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. And it's like the best clip. I got to
So- When that clip comes out the next day,
I got to do like a
John-
whole storyline. Like I've been a Maple Leafs fan my whole life,
Yeah,
and I had
yeah.
the chance, like I had the
Yeah.
chance to go up against
Yeah.
the.
Yeah, you got to build it up.
I got to build it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
I got to build it up.
just lead with a fake news article that says John Tavares announces his retirement from professional hockey, and then it's you winning the face-off against him
Oh my gosh.
after local celebrity embarrasses him on the
Chippy
face-off.
snaps it back. It was so funny. You go, you snapped it back.
Or you just post stats.
John
John Tavares
oh,
face-off stats from charity game, and there's only one face-off, and it's
Yeah,
0%.
zero. John Tavares gives his captaincy to Coach Chippy.
I mean, after that performance, like, yeah, it was beautiful. I was buzzing around. My skates were kind of murked, so I couldn't like explode the way I wanted to explode. But there was one where I did take JT wide.
Yeah.
Was it full ice?
And then and then he wrapped his arm around me, like he was wrapping his arm.
Oh, that's a whole.
It was a little bit of a hold. I'm not gonna lie.
Bad
It
ref.
wasn't called, but
Bad officiating.
I did decide to take him wide on one
Mm.
Nice.
and drop my shoulder.
Oh, yeah. No, and then you said no friends out here.
Yeah, no
friends
friends.
out
And then
here.
and then we were winning 5-0, and then they came back and
No
made it
way.
6-5. So then Mitchie and I are going out last shift. 2.5 minutes left. We're
Yeah.
down 6-5
Yeah.
Oh,
after being up 5-0.
jeez.
So we really
Sounds like a Leafs game to me.
So I said Mitchie, this is my best shift of the night for me.
Yeah.
I go out there, Mitchie goes in, buries 1-6-6. Not 25 seconds later, puck goes into our corner. I chip it up to Mitch, do a little chip 2-on-1, and I'm exploding up the ice, making sure this is a 2-on-1.
Mm-hmm,
And I
that's
just-
good.
And I'm Mitchie, Mitchie, crosses it over. What do I? No hesitation. Don't even stick handle it. Bang! Back of the net. Minute 30. Minute 30 left in the game.
Was Walt who was in net?
8-7 us.
Woo!
No, it was some AAA kid.
Oh, okay.
8-7 us, and then what do I
That
do?
kid just got cut.
I got off the ice, right? I'm like, boys, just shut her down, man. A minute and a half. Like, I make this the game winner. You know what I mean? I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win MVP if this is the game winner. They score.
No.
They scored, and then what do? We score again.
Yeah.
And we ended up winning, but I really wanted mine to be
You wanted the game winner?
I wanted
Yeah.
the game winner.
This sounds like it should be a YouTube video. Sounds to me like a YouTube video. You can stretch it out, do your voiceovers, whatever. When you get that game winner, that's the end of the game. And on
Yeah,
YouTube, on
yes.
YouTube, you got the game winning goal, and you are a legend.
Yes.
No one else needs to know.
The nice part about YouTube is you can create your own story.
And the really nice thing,
Choose your own ending.
the nice thing is that Mitch did not allow TSN or Sportsnet to, so your story can be the definitive one. There's no anything that will
alternate angle.
negate
Yeah.
what just happened, right? So
And none of them are
like
gonna
that.
comment on your post. Be like, no, actually, we imagine JT comes in. No, actually, that wasn't the game winner. I was there.
JT starts a burner account.
Yeah.
Just to,
Not John Tavares.
yeah.
But I did snap it. I've concluded that I'm like a big time
You're in it.
like these
Mm.
what are these celebrity games that I'm like finding my way into.
Yeah.
I'm lighting it.
Always perform.
Like
It's
last year
interesting.
at the Minnesota event, I scored a hattie in one
Yeah.
shift.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting these clips. Like
You
and,
perform when it
Yeah.
matters.
Like Mike Modano, I stripped it off Mike Modano, and then went under the bunk. Like
Yeah. Okay.
that's like a clip for the ages too.
So we need to live stream our men's league games to put that extra pressure.
And that's what I'm saying.
on
I
the
don't
big
even like
lights.
the men's league games. I'm done with the men's league games. Like
Oh,
I don't, you know what I mean? Like I just want to play in these celebrity pro games,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
where the pros don't try that hard, and no one's cross checking me.
Yeah.
No one's. I'm not walking away with
Some roofer from Thornton isn't coming in cross checking in the back of the head 6 times. You don't want that.
Yeah, like I literally getting body checked into the glass.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm just like
Some guy
That's
had
what I
a
don't- that's-
rough day at
that's
work.
what I don't like about the men's league. It's just
Yeah.
like, man, and like we need to like go down some divisions and just like.
Just
we-
light it up.
We are wow. There's no.
I'm looking for clips, Jared. I don't need to be getting slashed every time I get the puck. Like
There's no divisions in Aurelia though. In
I
Barrie
know,
there is.
I know. Well, let's play in Barrie because
also-
The gap in Barrie isn't even that. You have to go to the bottom one if you want to just be like.
but then it's
dominant.
just
I played in that
gross.
It's
bottom
not
one.
even- It's no good. It
dominated.
sucks.
So
It
fun.
sucks.
You played in the D?
I prefer.
Someone invited me to like as a guest, like one of your.
I'd rather
yeah.
play in the top one. Like it's way more less.
You say that
idiots.
until
But-
you're not.
but you can't-
don't
you-
get a goal. all
You can't
season.
dangle people as much.
Say that until
People
you're
don't
not
know
walking
if
away
it-
with any points.
Well, we
every
played.
night.
Jared and I played one game, and I could have had like 3 goals. I
Did
think
you?
I got one.
Did you?
I mean, same with like any other game
I
against
played-
not good guys. You just sometimes don't get the bounces.
Yeah,
You
that's true.
know?
But it is easier. You go to pick up hockey and you're Wayne Gretzky.
I like the
right?
3-on-3.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Wayne
like, I
Glensky.
don't. I think a men's league should be 3-on-3. I don't think we
Oh.
or 4-on-4. I don't think we need 5 guys on 5. Like
Mm.
let's get some open ice. It's like, you know what I mean? Let's get some more odd-man rushes. We don't need to be people jamming in front of the net. Like 2 defensemen. Like what are we doing? 4-on-4 or 3-on-3?
We can turn our league into 3-on-3 if we just bait people into coincidental penalties as much as possible. I just
The
keep
problem
on
is the
filling-
refs never call coincidental. They just call the penalties and then say 5-on-5. Coincidental technically stays.
No, like, but if you go up and say cross check a guy
yeah,
and then he hits you back and then you really embellish it like in soccer,
yeah.
then you're like, oh yeah, both of you are gone.
Yeah,
oh, but then
But it stays 5-on-5.
it's 5-on-5,
If it's
yeah.
coincidental,
Yeah,
it's
you're right.
5-on-5.
dang it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
You
we,
guys
we
watch-
need like
Did you guys watch the soccer team?
I just watched the highlights and it confirmed why I hate soccer. All the people-
that's harsh words.
all the people
It's
falling
football.
over
It's
and
also called football.
football.
It's football, Jared.
No, I actually I saw the Canada highlights and I was like, dang, this is awesome. But it's just like when people are falling over and holding their ankles and crying, and then the yellow
That's
card
tough
comes
stuff.
out and they stand up and they have big smiles on their face and
That reffing of the Copa America was like
I heard it was terrible.
insanely biased. I've never like.
Did you
actually
hear the
noticed
coach?
that.
What's
Yeah,
his-
he came out
loved
and
that
lit them up,
response. Yeah.
man. I was like, "What is going
Uh,
on?" Like, it was that obvious. though.
amazing.
If that happens in the NHL, there's like the coach
I
gets
think-
fined and
Could you imagine though?
ostracized from
Could
the
you
league.
imagine that another team's players go into the stands and fight people, and there is no sanctions and no fines and nothing, and then if the coach talks about how lopsided the officiating is, and he gets fined. Can you imagine if that happened?
Yeah.
Bro.
Wild.
It was like at one point I think I saw the fouls were like 16-4.
Oh yeah.
Like for Canada had 16 fouls to
Crazy.
like it was like
But-
so biased. Like
Here's the
Yeah.
thing though, is that Hayden and I were talking about it last pod, that Canadians don't flop. We don't fall over. We don't cry because it's against our.
a couple of our guys were.
But it's not as like we don't want to. You know what I mean? It's like they realize that that's part of the game, right?
I know, like that.
But-
To me, why is like in football, soccer, why is there not like a flopping penalty?
Yeah, embellishment.
Like
we were
it's
talking about that too,
insane.
yeah.
I was
Like
saying,
if this guy's like grabbing his ankle, like he's just like literally broken his ankle,
And he wasn't even
and then he
touched.
jumps up and like, and now he's walking again. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
are we serious?
if,
with
if
that?
you go down, you got to be subbed off. You
If
go down.
If you go down,
can't-
you have to stay off as long as you were down for.
or like at least 5 minutes. Give him 5 minutes. He has to be off for 5 minutes to treat his injury because obviously he's so incredibly hurt that he has to roll
Like,
around.
like,
in
like
yeah, I
if-
like
pain,
that. Yeah,
right?
because then it's just enough that like, oh, I don't want to fake to get hurt because then we're gonna be down a guy for 5
no,
minutes.
not down. He just has to be subbed off.
No,
I think
no,
down
you
a
gotta go
guy.
down a guy.
I think
Okay, well that would
No,
never.
maybe if you're hurt though.
Just-
if you're actually hurt,
Just take whoever is hurt has to trade with someone from the bench.
or
Right.
they can't get back on. Like if you're hurt and you sub out, you can't sub back in.
Until you've been
Not
seen
a
by
rule.
a
You can't
doctor.
sub back in
well,
if you-
that's not even the problem. The problem is
Oh,
that
I don't know how
they,
soccer works.
They dive so that they can get the ball back
back,
and
yeah.
get a free kick. You know.
Yeah, but that guy doesn't want to be off the field, right? So just take him off. Say, oh yeah, you're hurt. Okay, get off.
True,
Off the
and put a timer on it.
Yeah, 5 minutes. You come back
5-minute timeout. You get
Yep.
until you feel better.
once you feel better.
Once you get your man card
Bro,
back,
that
then you
one
come
guy,
back
that
on the
one
field.
guy was one guy was diving all over the pitch.
DePaul.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking about
The
that last
diver?
game.
It was in.
But that's the thing. So then he comes out and says, "Oh yeah, it's celebrated in our culture. That's what we do. That's how you get more calls. Like, who cares?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's acting, part of the game. I mean, if acting's part of the game,
It's a big field, and the rest
I'd be
can't really see it.
fantastic at it.
Ah.
Oh, my leg!
But that's the problem. So Canadians, we're more proud, right? We're more proud as Canadians. We don't want to fake injuries and cry about it, so we don't do it as much, and we just don't get as many calls because
Yeah, like if
we're not actually hurt.
Mm.
our guy just like kicked the soccer ball at the guy's back, and he goes, "Oh!"
Spinal cord injury.
Like, it's just kind of embarrassing.
Ow, that hurt me. Ow.
Yeah, it's just like
You've ruptured my spinal cord.
kind of embarrassing.
It is.
That's the
J-
that was the thumbnail for Jared and I's last
Nice.
episode that we did.
Oh.
Let's
It's
go
called
deeper.
embarrassing.
Let's go deeper. It's called embarrassing.
It's literally a
Hilarious.
picture of DePaul lying on the ground, and it says embarrassing.
So
You guys gotta clip that
love
up. Like
that.
that clip would probably go viral.
the Hard Rock Coliseum, is that what it's where they had the
I'm not
match?
sure actually. I didn't even check that.
Okay.
Oh yeah. What happened there? It got destroyed.
It's wild. I'm looking through clips. There are fans. They just bombarded the gates, pushed the security aside, and just welcomed themselves in. And they're just rushing through the gates. Then there's a wall. They're just climbing over the wall into the event.
This is in America.
In America. The next clip, they are outside the stadium, going into the ventilation system like freaking rats,
Yeah.
just scurrying into the
What?
ventilation system one after the other, and they're climbing on top of each other to get up there. They look like freaking hungry raccoons, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
That's
like trash.
actually
They're like
They
trash
smashed
pandas.
Insane.
the escalator. They smashed that.
Oh yeah, and then that like the aftermath. But
Yeah.
so then there's a statement from Hard Rock, and I'm like, what third world is this event in? No, it's in the United States. And then there's a statement saying that the pressure, they hired extra security, they hired extra police to come off duty, they had like it all they thought under control, but there was so much pressure on the gates that like people weren't coming in fast enough,
Yeah.
and the security felt like they were like basically in danger, so they just opened it up and said, "Yep, we're letting everyone in for like say 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and then once the pressure subsides, we'll go back." But then there was too many people in the stadium, so they said, "Okay, we're not letting anyone else in." So a lot of people who paid to be there couldn't go and watch the game.
Yeah.
Holy.
I
Isn't
saw
that
that, yeah.
insane?
Why would?
Well, they were
don't
going
have
row
guys
by
with,
row.
Like AR-54s sitting there, like
I don't know.
I
They
guess-
could. It is
I guess
America.
it's like the people just
They got
the
overwhelmed.
people that are more powerful.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Strength in numbers.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
they're not gonna open fire on anyone.
Well, no, you don't ever know. I don't know.
Yeah.
They felt like they're in danger.
I think with
Just throw
those
some smoke bombs.
with those types of events where there's mass crowds coming, they need to have like ticket windows. I think is how you do it. So like if you're seated in a
They have,
certain,
like, steel gates, apparently.
well, you could do that, but I'm just saying like it's a problem of everyone's trying to get in at once instead of like at different times.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Like
So you have a window
come,
like a
there's the-
boarding of the plane.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you have a time that you get on. Like
Oh,
everyone.
you don't have to wait for your zone on the plane.
Oh,
You
really?
You don't
I've
have
been, I've been turned down before.
I've never been turned down.
Oh.
I've been doing it the last like 3 times. Like I don't go right away. Like I'll be like zone 7, and I'll go in like zone 4.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, but
Just a little.
then at least
because
you're an
then
anomaly.
Because then you can get your bag on the plane. You
yeah,
know,
that's important.
when they're like, oh, you got to go check your bag.
Zone 1 and 2. They're strict. You go sit your butt down. Zone 4. Get your zone 4 ticket out of
Zone
here.
7. No, that's crazy with all that stuff though. And then I don't get this because now, is there soccer in the Olympics?
There should be. I assume there is.
in the
So-
Summer Olympics.
So they're about to like do another tournament with all the same teams.
Oh yeah.
I
And then there's like a World
assume.
Cup. Like it just seems like there's a
No,
lot
the World
going
Cup
on.
can't be happening this year.
No,
I think
but
it
I'm
happens
saying,
every
like,
2, isn't it?
I thought they would do the World Cup because they didn't play in the Olympics. But
Mm.
like to have a World Cup and an Olympic.
Maybe they don't have soccer in the Olympics this year or something. I don't know.
right? Like is that
But I feel like that's separate though from the World Cup and
No, but you
Copa
know what I mean?
America. Yeah,
Soccer,
just seems
Paris,
like there's a lot of
2024.
tournaments going on.
yeah, it is a lot.
Yep. The football tournament at the 2024 Summer Olympics will be held from the 24th of July to 10th of August in France. Crazy. So
So that's interesting. Maybe it's like
go Canada.
maybe the Copa and the Euros is like a prep for the Olympics
Yeah.
every time. Maybe that's why they do it at that time.
It kind of makes sense. Yeah,
But it's like every 2 years. So I don't know. That's interesting.
yeah.
Was
Cool.
it Copa every 2 years,
I guess.
or is it every year?
That's good. I don't know.
No, it's not every year.
It's definitely not every year. At
Well,
most every other year.
If you could take one rule from hockey and put it in soccer, what rule would you put over there?
Body checking.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Like
Lay the
they
body.
do play, but like like no penalty for just dummying somebody.
Yeah.
Like if
Mm.
somebody wants to cut middle on you and you want to step up on them.
Yeah.
do you accept?
Shoulder to chest.
Do you accept? Just basically make it like rugby.
Like if you have the if
like
you
it's
have the
soccer,
puck,
but it's rugby.
if you have the ball, like as long as you like you can rip them down to the ground.
Like imagine combining rugby and soccer. You know, like,
I like
in
that.
terms of like you can tackle, you can guard.
like no holding.
Don't you can't use your
You
hands.
can't hold. Like
you can
you
lay the
walk-
body
yeah.
on them.
Yeah.
But that would lead to way more exciting highlights. Like if a guy comes in to drop the shoulder and this guy just like grabs the ball with the top of his foot, spins right around him, and the guy goes flying into the dirt, right? Oh, just dodges the check. Another guy comes in for the hip check. The guy like just flips the ball over him, spins off. Oh my gosh.
Like the defender, it's like you could tackle him like football. Like you can still tackle with your hands.
Tackle, yeah.
Like you just gotta tackle him.
That'd be dope.
Like he's coming down the wing and you just
Football,
dive,
football.
dive
Yeah,
at him. And
Tackle soccer.
yeah.
that's what I played every full contact soccer.
Oh
every
yeah.
recess when
Oh, at recess, yeah.
I was in
Unti-
grade 4 to
I
grade
played
8.
that
Yeah.
until one kid dislocated his shoulder.
Oh, we had
or
guys.
something.
We had concussions and people bleeding from their
Yeah.
their forehead.
Yeah, get this kid
A
some
A
milk.
tooth fell into like we had one time where a tooth dug into the guy's forehead.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
stitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Sheesh.
yeah. Full contact soccer.
I would watch that soccer.
Every hockey player knows about full contact.
I would watch that soccer. That's for
All
sure.
the soccer guys would play against the hockey guys. We'd win because we would just body check them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chip, I wanted to ask you, in all your time with Marner on there, I know you're like coaching them, you're giving them advice for this upcoming season. What do you tell a guy who's got a contract
You don't
extension on
even
his
mention
mind?
it. You
don't even-
You just keep it light. You keep it about the event. You keep it about the day. We were talking about.
Exactly.
What were we talking about? Talking about my goal.
Yep. You talk
Um,
about the here and now.
Mm.
I don't even. Yeah, well, I don't even know what we were like. Yeah, the conversations were just like you're hanging out like in a men's league room.
It is funny because it's like, how is it any of your business about his
Oh yeah,
work,
I'm
his
not gonna sit
salary,
there
and this?
a-
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
No, I'm not gonna sit there and ask him anything about that.
It'd
Like,
be
it
a
was just-
dumb thing to
It was
bring
more
up.
like just like, oh, I think I said this is a great event.
But you're coaching them. If you were coaching them? What's your advice? What would be your one tip for next
Oh,
season?
I was telling him let's get in the corner. I was gonna do some corner battles with him. I did say let's get in the corner a little bit. Work on tucking it in. Work on tucking in that shot. But yeah, he did beat me in the shooting comp, so I couldn't say much.
He practices.
But I
more.
did
He-
let him win. I
he-
told him I let him
yeah,
win.
He practices more too.
I told him I let him win, just so my pros have confidence going into the season.
He's been on
Yeah.
the ice more.
So like that's part of being such an elite coach. You're gonna be able to take a loss for the betterment of your player.
Mm.
So I'm gonna,
Build his
make
confidence.
it feel
Confidence
like
builder.
make
Yeah.
it feel like I was trying.
You don't want him replaying that every single
No, I
day,
don't wanna-
morning
yeah,
and night. Like
no.
he'll lose sleep. Right?
Exactly.
He's
I
gonna
didn't
lose
want
his
to challenge
confidence.
him and then beat him.
What about with JT in the face-off? Did you just curse him on face-offs? Is his face-off percentage about to go down
Well, I
next
mean,
year?
like it's like
You gotta keep him
peop-
fresh.
like where do you think these guys learn everything from? Like that and like that's where it gets to like
Mhm.
no one knows where these guys are learning it all from.
Mm.
And like no one knows I'm doing private pro camps every summer.
Yeah.
No one knows I taught everybody how to do that draw stuff. No one knows I taught Bedard the toe drag release. Like no one knows these kind of things. And it's like I try to keep it private. I try to stay humble. Try not to talk about it.
True leader. True
You
leader.
know what I mean, I'm still not talking about it.
Mhm.
I'm just like I host a private pro camp
Yeah.
every summer for these guys. Mental stuff, face off stuff, gap control.
The nice thing
Mhm.
about you actually did JT a favor by winning that face off because he's got his.
I
video
showed him how to win
guys.
one to the forehand. I
Exactly.
showed him how to turn and use the body and
Yep.
keep him to the outside.
And he's got a video guy there. He came to compete. He's gonna watch that footage and he's gonna use that. And you're helping his face off percentage next year.
You're damn right.
Dot. So
Yeah, snapped it back on him.
Yep.
Hayden left us.
he's going to get a veer,
Yeah,
a Muskoka Brewery veer from the
Is there-
company
Is there
fridge.
an iced coffee in there? Is there any caffeine in there?
So, speaking of Marner not letting the media out to his event, I saw a clip from McDavid at Zach Hyman's golf tourney. And what does the media do? Oh, McDavid, yeah, Connor, how are you dealing with all the pressure and not winning the playoffs and just how are you dealing with that in the summer? Right, first,
No
and-
way. I didn't even see that.
right? And what does McDavid say?
I'm golfing, bro.
Exactly. His quote almost verbatim. Yeah, I'm not here to do a big story for you guys. I'm here to support my buddy Zach Hyman and the spotlight's on him, and I just want to support him in his charity golf tournament. Just set him in their place. He put him in their place. I'm not here to do a story. That's not what this is. Don't ask me questions about any of that. This is a golf tournament. Right? I love that. I love that the pro guys are picking their battles and taking control.
They're disciplined with what they want to talk
It's the
about.
summertime.
Yeah.
It's the summertime. This isn't
Yeah, like-
your chance to get a story.
No, we're playing golf, bro.
We're golfing.
We're golfing, yeah. And I just went to the Stanley Cup Final Game 7, and
Yeah.
I'm ready to just play some golf for a second.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Swing the club.
So I like that.
What is this? Is sparkling water?
Yep.
Sparkling water.
And a kombucha.
All right. Well, I think anything else, Chippy? That what else were you up to? You shooting a Hockey Moms video? I heard.
Oh, shh, be quiet. It's
Oh.
gonna be coming out soon. Yeah, I did shoot a hockey mom video.
Who was the mom in the video?
Celebrating hockey moms.
Oh.
Spending a day with a hockey mom.
Mm.
You missed Mother's Day.
Just
I
just
know,
just
I
a
know, I
day.
probably should've-
Just a day.
Yeah, we spend a day. It's gonna be yeah. Shout out to Sarah.
Hmm.
Shout out to Sarah.
All right.
Sarah's a legend. So
YouTube
shout out
or,
to Sarah.
IG or
YouTube. It's a YouTube video.
oh, nice.
There'll
Nice.
probably be some clips too.
What's the
though.
title gonna be?
I
Is like
spent the day with a hockey mom. I went on a date with a hockey mom.
rizzing up a hockey mom, like
No.
appeal to the
It's,
Gen Z.
It was more of a parody skit.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, like I wasn't sure what what we were gonna do, if it was gonna be like a vlog or
Yeah.
like it ended up just being full on acting.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So it's more of like a sketch comedy.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's
So it turned out to be fun. No, we had no storyline. I didn't know what we were gonna do, but it ended up being kind of funny.
Nice.
It's kind of like a Mr. Bean character. Like,
Oh.
I'm just like super. What's it? Just like airhead. Like I just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Clueless.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
You don't say a lot,
Like
or do
I'll
you
just-
talk?
I'll, like what? You know.
a-
So what do we talk about?
right.
You know what I mean? It's just like kind of that vibe. Different style for sure.
Okay, I've got something that I got to show you. because we have been contacted by a cricket organization. Apparently, there's this massive cricket tournament
What?
coming to Canada.
Yeah, they
Cricket-
they
yo, I-
messaged me and I told them
cricket's
to
fun to
message
watch.
Jeremy.
Yeah, and we've been contacted to shoot some videos and bring the cricket players on the ice.
What?
I got a question for you. A little pop quiz.
Okay.
Hayden already knows the answer to this one.
Oh, I do. Okay.
All right. Top followed NHL player. How many on IG on Instagram? How many followers does the top NHL player have?
What was it, like 1.3?
1.3, probably like McDavid or
McDavid.
Bedard.
I think it's like McDavid. At
It's like a million.
or no, it's like Ovechkin at like 2 million. I think.
Oh, is Ovi got two?
Is it like
Okay.
Ovi's at like 2? Or
I can't remember.
I
think
think-
Ovi was in the
It's
top
Ove-
for a bit.
it's
Yeah,
Ovechkin.
I think there might be
Ovechkin for
two
sure.
players that have like even top players. Like Nathan McKinnon has like 300,000 followers. Like you got more followers than most of the guys in the NHL on IG. Top cricket player.
Okay, well, I'm just like it's a bigger like how many people, the population.
Right.
I'm gonna say
Do you know any top cricket players? Because I do not.
No,
no,
I
I'm gonna
couldn't
say
name
I'm
them.
gonna say 100 million.
That's a wonderful guess. Virat Kohli, 270 million followers.
Holy.
And look at his reels. Everything he posts, 17 million views, 53 million,
Oh my
81 million.
goodness.
Everything he posts is just an
Well,
ad.
it's like the population size.
I know it's wild, but like
Yeah.
look at this clip. It's just an ad. It's like literally him taking a boost. It's not even him. Oh, there it is.
It's like a
That's-
cartoon of him.
Yes, that's 31 million views for him. That's like a viral sensation. Imagine every one of your
It's like-
videos.
he's like Ronaldo type vibe. Like,
Yes, dude, 42 million. Every video, whatever he posts, it
he's
doesn't
not even
matter.
Playing cricket.
No, it's just him. Like this is an ad with
He's
21
that
million
nasty
views.
at cricket.
Like 22 million. He's just standing next to a suitcase that changes colors.
It
That's-
looks like an Amazon ad.
the likes are hitting now.
And
Is he
14,000
boosting? Is he
comments.
botting?
No, man, 14,000 comments on this 3,100.
You could be botting, bro.
I don't. Well, it doesn't.
You could be botting these views, bro.
Look, it's just sponsorship after sponsorship. He might, but he's got 270 million.
Go to his
followers here.
photo. Go to one of his photos.
I'll go over here in the posts. Does he do photos like this? It doesn't
Why is
show
he
any
like?
of
Why
it.
is everything hidden? Why is it?
810,000. That's just how IG does things, man. But 810,000
No, you
comments on
can-
this.
you can
Comments,
hide that.
810,000 comments.
810,000 comments.
170
That's crazy.
810,000 comments. This guy's nuts. The cricket is insane, man.
Oh well, let's do a video with these guys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Right? So they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring some guys, like some of the top guys in cricket, and bring them on the ice and see if they can play hockey. I was like, well, that sounds like a fun video. I'm about to get 50 million views from India
That's wild.
on YouTube.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
I just can't believe that they didn't find you.
So what was their email to you?
They messaged me on Instagram
On IG.
and emailed me. Like
Okay.
like I was like, what is
And-
this?
and
I
what
thought
did
it was
they
a
say?
scam. And then I read it and I was like,
Did it
oh,
say-
they're actually
Did
legit.
it say hello, friend?
Almost something like that.
Dear sir. Dear
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, that's.
But so I was like, and then I read it, I was like, oh no, this is actually legit. And they wanted to do it on my YouTube. And I was like, oh, I don't really care. But like, why don't you message Jeremy? I'll make sure he sees it.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? You're just like, yeah, sure, yeah, just don't message Coach Jeremy from How To Hockey. Let me just film this real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeremy, can you help me film something?
Ask you to come
So
out.
I'm the camera
National
guy.
cricket
Yeah.
Pulls up.
No.
Hayden becomes an international celebrity in India.
Yeah.
Teaching them to mesh.
Yeah. Teach him to Michigan. Teach him how to be explosive.
So,
Yeah.
so I can't. I basically said that we should do a few like skills comps. You know,
Well, you gotta teach them how to skate, probably.
yeah, but like do like the lesson. So it's like, okay, teach it. One video is like teaching them just like how to do anything, and then after that, the next video is a skills comp where you do fastest skater. These guys will be like Bambi, like running, trying to get
Yeah.
fastest skater, right? Hardest shot comp. Just have them just like
I like that.
swinging their cricket swing, but like at the puck,
Yeah.
right? And then a third video we'll do
Skate cricket on the ice.
playing cricket. Yeah, playing cricket, bringing the cricket to the ice.
That's
So they
yeah.
set up their match, but they're still in skates, so it's gonna be tough for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It's
No,
part
but-
of
I mean,
it's
that's
part
the
of an
tough
overarching series that I've want to do with Jeremy. It's
The
other
crossovers.
other athletes try hockey,
Yeah,
and like World's Strongest Man want to try
yeah.
doing
we're getting
that.
Mitch out.
Get cricket. I want to get some golf guys trying hockey, and then you could do the crossover videos too on their channels. and
Here's the
stuff.
interesting thing.
I like that.
I think who's going to do better? Professional cricket players on ice or hockey players, not even professional, playing cricket on ice. I think the hockey players.
Well, because skating is such a huge part of it.
We'll be balanced. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? We'll be
Yeah.
balanced and we'll be able to develop more power. So they can teach us how to play cricket, but we have to, but on the ice.
Well, it's like
hockey.
I feel like there's not like a lot of like like golf YouTube is like there's like all these like
so many challenges.
challenges. There's
Yeah.
collaborations happening on the channels. Like
You know why?
there's no like
Crossovers.
there's no like
'Cause
Yeah.
there's no like YouTube hockey
no,
scene.
nobody's doing it. No, there isn't. But it's because it's
Ice time.
So no one knows how to skate except for hockey players. So
Mhm.
how are you going to get a golf guy or a soccer guy or whatever or a baseball guy to come out? 'Cause
No,
they're
no, no,
all-
no. I'm talking about like hockey. Like
Collaborations.
all golfers are like they're doing like the good collaboration.
Oh,
with
I
the
see.
DOD King, and
Yeah,
they're doing
yeah,
like
yeah.
a challenge video.
It's
on
because
one handicap versus we used an old hockey stick versus
it's because
ice time, bro.
yes, number one, I would say it's because these golf guys are making bank and the hockey YouTube channels are not. So it's like it makes sense to link up and create and just pump out as much content because anything they produce is going to get say 500,000 views,
Yeah.
right? So let's just make as much content as possible. It's tough for a hockey guy to get like 500,000 every video they put out. You got to
Yeah.
right? It's harder to get those
Well, that's what I'm
views.
saying. What if we like created like a
We got to
challenge
it up.
thing where it's like people are like wanting to see me versus you. Like
Yes.
every week we have like
yeah. Well, and then the number 2 thing is
you know what
that
I'm saying, like
I get it.
create the niche.
create the niche.
I've been harping on Jeremy to do more themed videos,
Yes.
like hockey videos
Yeah.
that are those types of
Yeah.
challenges.
Yeah, you've brought up a bunch,
And,
Well, it's-
and
yeah.
like it's just Jeremy
It's
just
just-
doesn't have the time to get the ice and get
well,
guys enough.
So
guys
that's
to do
the
it,
thing. That's the
too,
problem.
yeah.
It's
Thing,
easy
yeah.
to link up a golf video or a soccer. You just show up at a field anytime you want and
Let's
do
go
it.
golf. Yeah, that's
right?
Golfing, yeah.
Let's go golfing. Okay, when
But
I'll book.
still,
the
you need
time.
like a full crew of camera people.
That's
that-
true. But then you want to get a hockey thing going. You got to find the open ice. You got to book it. Everyone's got to show up at the same time. You only have that 1 hour to film.
Yeah.
It's not cheap
like
to
if-
rent ice
yeah.
either, right? And if you try to do it during pickup hockey, like you're interfering with everyone else's enjoyment because they came there just to play like some
Well, you got to do it like, and that's what I mean. You got to have to do it like midday when everyone's at work,
yeah.
and it's like you got to get the creators.
Yes, and it's not as easy to.
Yeah.
So like you and I could do it, just book ice at like 2 p.m. on a Tuesday.
And it's like we have to create the challenges though.
That's the thing; it's got to be exciting.
I got a bunch of ideas on
So-
that front, but we need people.
Here's the other thing:
Yeah.
is that golf and soccer, you can make very individual sort like especially golf. It's very individual. You only need one versus the other. In hockey, it's more like team versus team.
Yeah,
In soccer, it kind of is as well. But like there's a way more showmanship with soccer, like cool tricks and
Yeah.
things you can do with your feet. That's very impressive. It's harder to be impressive with a puck on your stick because there's only a few things you can do. Like you can stick handle, but it's just not. It doesn't look that as. It looks way more cool.
But like the skating aspect, like you think like skating would appeal to like oh man, these guys are on ice, like you know what I mean, like doing,
Yeah.
like some like cone work where you're going like we do like a challenge like skating backwards through cones, and people that have never seen that are like what, like there's got to be like a demographic outside of hockey that would like want to watch.
Well, so the thing is, I think a lot more people have an experience with like a soccer ball, so they know how difficult it is. Because pretty much it's such a big sport. All you need is a ball, and you can attempt to play that sport.
Yeah.
Not as many people are familiar with hockey and how difficult it is, so they'll be watching that and be like, "Is this good? I don't know." Like imagine a water polo challenge series. I'm not gonna watch that. I've never played water polo. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the smaller the sport, the harder it is to get that. Big.
Yeah.
That's why Zach Bell does so well. He's flipping a puck in the air, but like
it transcends what hockey
like-
is
yeah.
into the realm of what the heck is this guy doing?
it's got that showmanship factor. Like it's
Yeah.
very impressive. You would never do that on the ice. Whereas like doing backwards crossovers, people are like, "Oh, is that good or bad? I don't know." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like people know that flipping a puck in the air and then flipping the stick and spinning around 3 times and catching it and then catching the puck. Like, well, that's a difficult set of whatever he did, right? And then he does it with a basketball and a soccer ball. He kind of has been doing that crossover type stuff, right?
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Golf ball.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Let's try it.
Yeah, I feel like
But then I can guarantee the comments are, "Oh, this guy's dust. Look at him ankle bending on that one. Look at this 7-second mark of this 3 minute 7-second mark. Bender. Every kid is better than you. You know what I mean?
That's
Every
funny. That's
it is funny. I lean
funny.
into it.
Like,
I lean
you
into it.
You're like,
Next video, I'll go out. I won't even tie my skates.
that's
If we had a group of like 8 guys, then I could come up with all kinds of challenges that you could do with that. Even 6.
Yeah.
But everyone
Well,
needs to
let's
be
get the
decent
cre-
at hockey,
let's
and
get the
everyone needs to
creators.
have a
Let's
good.
get, like 6 creators.
We need a couple OHL guys that just like they just finished playing in the O, and we'll get them out there to
Yeah.
absolutely, like
It would not
crush.
be that hard to do.
No.
Like,
No.
we just got to get out there and like,
Yeah.
start doing these like kind of like these fun videos where
Fun,
people are like
yeah.
every week they're like, oh, what's the challenge?
Like
this
I
week?"
have a challenge.
It's more about the people than it is about the sport you're playing.
Yeah.
It is,
It's
yeah.
about
It's about
building a
personality.
dynamic and building the storyline and building like I don't necessarily like I'm not golfing every day, but I like watching the golf videos because
Yeah.
I like watching the banter between.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a
Mhm.
golfer
Yeah.
per se before I
You-
got into
you
it.
like
now.
it because of the people.
Yeah, I'm watching Grant
And-
versus Phil Mickelson.
And then that's how people start to like the sport more too, because they like the people, and then they want to play because they like the
Exactly.
people. But a couple, do you want to hear like what one idea is that I have for like
Let's
a
hear it,
challenge,
let's
like
hear it.
or a couple?
All right, guys, that's it for the pod.
Jerry's ending it.
No, I'm just kidding. You're gonna
Um,
give away all our
yeah,
our
you
ideas,
can't
and then
give away all
Bar
the-
Down is gonna steal all our.
Yeah.
Bar Down's just sitting there with bated breath. Yeah, let's hear all these ideas so we can make.
Well,
our
if the idea works, then we'll just do it too. You know. Like
Yeah.
if it's a good idea, it's a good idea.
All right, let's hear it. I know. Are
Um,
you gonna do the what was the zombie challenge or whatever that was?
It's infected.
Infected.
Chip would know what that is, like from
yeah,
Halo.
Yeah, you go hide.
Well, I mean, that's a little different strategy, but basically, you start off 1 versus 4 if you had 5 guys, or 1 versus 5 if you had 6 guys.
Yeah.
If you score, you get 1 guy on your team, and then you've got 2 guys on your team that are infected. And the goal is for the infected team to score enough that you capture everyone,
Yes. Okay. I see.
and then the goal of everyone else is to not let them score enough.
I also think it's hard. Like you need like it's hard to film a hockey game.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to get 8 people together.
Not even. It's more like how to film it.
Yeah, and make it
capture it.
personalized.
Like you need
yeah.
to have like well NHL cameras are up like top.
Yeah.
But you don't see faces. Like when you're golfing, you
Yeah.
can shoot, look, and turn to the camera.
You get reaction.
You get reaction. Like hockey, you'd
saying.
have to play without buckets on
Yeah.
and with GoPros. That's the only way I could see you filming it and making it interesting.
And how are we gonna get 8 interesting people on the ice? Right? We can basically we have to
we have
come
to
up-
clone ourselves. That's the only.
have
That
to-
would be hard. Like me, you, Barb's, Austin,
True.
Beller. Like
Yeah.
middle of summer. Like we're
But,
not-
but these guys are busy. Like it's hard to get them all. But I mean, let's try it. Let's start.
Mm.
If we make something really good, then they'll all
let's-
want
let's
to come.
just do something.
Yeah, that's where we have to start. You and I, and it has to be so good that everyone wants to get in on it.
Yeah.
Bro. It would be jokes. Like it would be like, we have to challenge each other.
Yeah.
Like, and you can do shooting challenges. Like I think, like just shooting. Like we could pick across like game of horse. Like,
Mhm.
but then yeah, like we could do like what like we're playing for something. Like maybe like it's like
Challenge has to be something at stake.
there's gotta be a wager.
Yeah, oh
like,
yeah.
a
Has
Sponsor.
to be something at stake.
Yeah.
There has to be something at stake.
So it's like, yeah, or like the loser has to like make an Instagram post saying,
Winner gets all the money from that the video makes.
yeah, exactly, and then it get pretty intense real quick. But like something along those lines of like we're like shooting like a crossbar challenge. Like it's you can talk and it's not like a game. Like you have
Yeah.
to not play a game. Like we can't play a game. We have to like saucer challenge.
Yeah, you pretty much need someone on the ice
something
filming.
slow paced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's pretty much the only way if you want to capture reactions and the game at the same time. What I was picturing for these
Give me some more.
multi-person challenges is
Yep.
like you film the action with a GoPro, and then you have a camera set up where there's like 2 people that aren't playing that are commentating.
Little confession booth or something.
Yeah, and like so you're getting the personality in it, but you have to almost like artificially put it in.
Nah, you got to throw a camera on the bench, and then because you're playing for maybe a minute and a half or 2, you take a break. You could go talk to camera about what just happened. And then
Yeah.
get that in there. Yeah.
but like it is like the idea of like like bringing these, like yeah, like we're like maybe we're hosts and you bring in like these AAA players
True.
to play against an A player
Yeah.
to see what happens, or like
Yes.
obviously
That'd be
everyone
fun.
signs a waiver.
Yeah.
And it's like now you're like doing like these bigger events.
Yeah. Even that, just hosting things and commentating on it and making it entertaining.
Yeah, you're a
with
host.
your-
It's like Mr. Beast,
Yeah,
bro. He's a
yeah.
host, bro. He's not playing the challenge.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we create, but it's like getting the people there which it would not be hard to do,
So,
bro.
I met a
We
bunch.
would just make a post saying, "Hey, who wants to be a part of our freaking next
True,
video?"
True. Yeah. We
And
got
then
the
who has ice? We'll be able to get ice through whatever town we go to. We show up to a town.
Yeah. The simplest
What-
game that I wanted to do is the last to score loses, and then it moves on to the next round, and then you go until there's only one
Even
left.
just a shootout challenge.
Yeah, shootout
We
challenge.
got to start at the easiest things, because if you do like the big production stuff, like, okay, we're gonna do a meetup and like we're looking for this, and then it's a big production, and then if you put it out there and it only gets 50,000 views,
So
it's
we
like,
go to like a hockey practice, and there's
Yeah.
like 17 kids there.
Yeah.
And we do a shootout challenge, and the last
Sha.
to score, whoever wins a new gear.
Oh, there you go.
It's not hard.
I've had those ideas too.
Yeah,
I've
it's like-
tried to get some hockey companies on board.
Right.
I want to go. I want to go to an ODR and challenge everyone to shootout. And if anyone can beat me, they get a brand new stick of like brand new Bauer stick or something, right? And they just don't even email me back.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sounds about
They're like,
right.
who is this old guy?
We gotta, yeah, we gotta.
Hey, I've got. Well, here's the annoying thing is like I'm like, hey, I've got this great idea. This is my series idea. Would you like to sponsor it? And they just don't respond back. I'm like, okay, cool. And then so I email the next company, and then I just go and do it anyways, and it does really well. And then I take all the stats. I go, by the way, this one had 700,000 views. This one had 1.3 million views. This one had 500,000 views. I'm gonna do it again. Do you want to like sponsor the next one? And they just don't respond to that one either. And I'm like, so you don't like views then?
Well,
You
a
don't.
lot- a lot
You
of
don't like the internet. You don't like social media then.
Yeah.
These companies are kind of behind, and they're
They
like,
just have campaigns, and they have
That's
their
the thing.
budget, and they already know what they're doing.
Exactly.
with it,
We're-
and they don't want to.
no, this is what we're gonna do, and if you want to like help out, we can send you some free gloves. Does that sound good for you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's gonna pay for my steak dinner.
Yeah. So yeah, we just got to do it ourselves. But yeah, we start
gotta
small.
create it. You gotta create it.
When I was at Pro Hockey Life, a bunch of the kids said that they loved the Shinny Shenanigans series, which is also one of
Oh,
my
yeah,
favorites. Like when we
yeah.
tested.
I remember I was in there. I got in a couple of those.
Yeah.
My idea too. Just
That one
to
did
toot
well.
my own
a
horn.
couple of those did well. Like
Yeah.
that one where you put the tape on the stick, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just like getting to the rink. Like,
Exactly.
Like,
It's just going out and having fun and
you
messing
just
around.
gotta get out there and film it.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally all it is.
And it
Yeah.
sucks if you go to film a good like it's a really good video idea, but then you go to pick up and there's 3 guys. You know, like that's why it's like it's getting the people.
but then
that
you just
can-
have a backup plan.
And then you also
Yeah.
you also don't want to do it against these guys that are trying. Like I don't want it just to be a pickup. You don't want it to be against
Mess
these
around and have fun.
crazy guys.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like there needs to be like a pickup league for like
Hayden and I have talked about just starting our own league,
yeah.
and like we are filming games there. Like we are filming and creating content at this league, so like no one can complain.
like Nasher doing the Heatwave Arena.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, was that all we wanted to talk about today?
That's it, man.
That's
That's
it.
good. We covered some topics.
That was great.
Welcome back, Chippy.
Cheers.
And you'll
That
probably
was-
be
that was
gone
good
for
to be
another
back.
2 weeks after this.
I think I'm pretty. I was supposed to go out to Edmonton, but I'm not going to Edmonton, so
Awesome.
I'll be there soon. Hopefully, I can visit my people in Edmonton soon.
Your peeps.
Yeah.
Alrighty. See you all next week.
Gonna change the world
What a way to end it.
with my hockey stick. Gonna make a real difference. Feed the poor and heal.